Hello guys, welcome to my this video, and in this CSS video just I will show you how you can make this type of button. So here I have add some hover effect on this button. So here you can see when I will hover on this button, so you can see the effect. So it's a very simple effect guys, but this effect is looking amazing. So guys, in this video just I will show you how you can do that. So here you can see that the effect. So guys, here just I will add the custom code, and I will not use any kind of bootstrap or any kind of plugin. Just here I will use custom CSS for using this type of hover effect, and this is very easy. So guys, let's keep watching this video and don't skip. So guys, here you can see I open index.html file and style.css file. So inside this index.html file I will add the HTML code, and here in the CSS file, so here I will add some CSS for the hover effect. Okay, and inside this HTML file I have added some link. Okay, so here all the links are not usable here just only usable this bootstrap link and this style.css link. So otherwise this two link and this script link is not usable here. So bootstrap link why is usable here? Because here just I will add a container class, otherwise bootstrap link also is not important here. So now guys, here I will add a container, because guys container is added some space in left and right. So guys, if I add any content inside this container, suppose this is, if I write container, this one inside this container class, and here if I write outside, I mean this content is outside this container. So let's see the difference first of all. So here you can see this outside starts from left, but this container is starts from added some space in left and also right. Actually you cannot see the space in right, because inside in the right side there are no content, so you cannot see it's added some space in right also. So container added some space in left and right. So guys, that's why the bootstrap CSS link is important. So guys, container is the bootstrap pre-default class. I mean this is the another file link. Okay, and inside this file this container classes some CSS is already defined. So just predefined CSS I'm using here. Okay, so I hope you have understand container. If anyone maybe anyone doesn't know about this container bootstrap, so that's why I just explained shortly. Okay, and now guys, our main motive is to create a button first of all. So here I will write button, and the button type is button. Okay, and now here I will add a class, because for designing this button I have to be use a class, otherwise I can use button tag. I mean I can use this button tag, and inside this button tag I can add some CSS, but here I will add class, because guys class is the defined thing. That means guys, suppose first of all here I will write a class button, and here I will write the name of this button hover me. So anything you can write the button name. Okay, so guys, where I use class for adding CSS, suppose guys here is the two button. Okay, and guys this button design will be different and this button design will be different. I mean both will be the different. So that time if you added CSS I mean in the button tag, so that time the button tag is also here and it's also present in the second button also. So that time it will be the same design. Okay, so that's why when if you will be add any CSS, so it's not a good practice to add CSS in the any tag. So that time just you have to be define a class name or ID name, and you should define the CSS. Okay, I hope you understand. That means again I'm trying to explain, that is this is the button. If you write this CSS inside this button tag, so here is the button tag also present and here is the button tag also present. So that time the define will be the same of this two button, but sometime we don't know the two buttons defined will be the same. So that's why I have added class button, and here I will add class button one. So if I add any CSS inside this button, so that will not be affected in this button, because this button class is different. So that's why for making it unique, so I have added class, or you can add also ID. Okay, so that's depend on you. So I hope here you understand why I have added classes for writing the CSS. Okay, now I have copied this class, and inside this CSS I will write this class. Okay, so when we write any class, so that time we use dot. But if I would write here ID, suppose it would be the ID. Okay, so that time here for denoting its a ID, we cannot write dot, we should write hashtag. Okay, so now here I will use class, so I will use dot, and here I will change it class instead of ID. Okay, but you can write the class also. So I hope you have understand also the difference between ID and class. So now guys, here inside this button I will add some CSS. Okay, but before that I will add some CSS inside this body tag. Okay, so body tag, so body tag means guys, here I will show this body tag. So always body tag CSS will be the same all the page. Okay, so some CSS will be the same, like padding and margin and font size. Suppose if you want to add different CSS inside in the different pages, so that time you don't write any kind of CSS inside this body tag. But here I want the all the pages padding and margin will be 0, so that's why I'm writing padding and margin is 0 is inside this body tag. That is rude actually. Okay, so all the pages, the padding and the margin will be 0 in the body tag. So first of all I will save, and this button I will save. So let's check it button is created or not. So you can see the button is created. Okay, now here I will add some CSS for making it good proper button. So now here I will go to the CSS, and guys here I want to say one thing, that is I'm explaining this video because some people commented, that is whatever you are uploading in CSS video, so explain that also. Okay, so that's why this video I'm explaining. Otherwise all the CSS video I did not explain anything, just I have added music and I have uploaded this video. But here I'm trying to explain whatever I'm doing. Okay, because some people comment me. So now guys, first of all inside this border, so border is 2 pixel. Okay, and solid, and here I will add a color is 0. So these are the color code. Okay, so guys, if you are using Visual Studio Code, so here is the benefit. Suppose you don't know the color code, and I'm not saying that you have to be remember the color code. Actually I also don't know the all color code. There are different types of color code, so it's not mandatory that you have to be remember all the color code. Okay, some simple color code just remember, like white color code is FFF, black color code is 000. So these 2 color code you should remember, because it's always we used. Otherwise if you are using Visual Studio Code, so that time just you have to be do one thing, like here I will show you, that is Visual Studio Code, or if you are using brackets, any kind of editor, so there are the different things that for opening that one, whatever I will show here now. But if you are using Visual Studio Code, so that time just you have to be do one thing for knowing all the color code, that is here you have to place hashtag, and just you have to place any 3 number like 000 or any kind of 222, any kind of 3 number you have to press, and after pressing 3 number just you have to hover on that. Okay, after hovering this, you can see here color panel is already open. So now this one you can move anywhere, and suppose you want to add this color, so just leave it this pointer here and just leave it. So now you can see it will be this color. So here you can see border color is this one. Same again I will show you, that is you have to be hover, and suppose you want the red color, so just mouse pointer you have to be drag and just leave it, and then save and just refresh. So you can see it's added red color. Okay, so this is the benefit of Visual Studio Code. Every code editor is there are the benefit of that, but there are the different thing for opening this color panel. But in the Visual Studio Code just you have to be hover on it. Okay, I hope you understand. But here I will not add red color, I will add black color. Okay, so color is black. And another CSS I will add here, that is I will add some background color on this body. Okay, so let's, when I will add background color, so then you will understand the difference of this when I will add body color. So body color I will add some color, that color I have already remembered, so that's why I am adding this color. Otherwise whatever I shown, just press 3-digit number and hover on it, so it will open the color panel. Okay, so you can see this color code I had remember, so that's why I have typed here, and you can see it's showing the yellow color. So now body color means if I added this body color, so that time all the pages the body color this same body color will be open. I mean guys, here suppose if you are the index.html file, and if you have a defined HTML file and the same CSS link, so we mostly use same CSS link, we don't use defined CSS link for defined pages, so that time it will be the it will take a more time for loading your page, so that for that we use mostly same CSS file. Okay, so if you and in this CSS file I have added body color. Okay, so if you create another page like about.html file, and then when you will add this CSS link on this about.html file, so here I have added body color, so in this this body color will be affected on this about.html file also. So that's why if you don't want same thing on this defined pages, so that time you don't add body any CSS inside this body. Okay, but here for showing purpose just I have added body color. Okay, so now I will start to write some code in this button again. Okay, and now here I will write a padding is 30 pixel. So padding you can write as per your choice, every CSS you can write as per your choice, what design you will be think it's it's looking good, so this way you can write CSS. But here I will just explain what CSS property for using for what. Okay, that means suppose it's a padding, this called a CSS property, border, padding, these are called CSS properties. Okay, so why we use padding use for adding some space inside this container. Okay, container means suppose this is the button. Okay, now here without refresh this, so here you can see here I have written hover me, and outside this hover me text here you can see here is the some space, but when I will add any padding, so that time if I refresh, so you can see the space is increased because I have added padding inside this button. So that means inside this button it's added some space. You have to just remember it's added some space inside this button when I use padding. Okay, so padding always affected inside this button, I mean inside this container, whatever you will add padding, but margin it will add outside. Suppose if I add any margin in this button, like margin, same thing here I have written 30 and 60 pixels, so same thing if I added margin, so it will be affected on the outside of this button. So now if I refresh, so you can see it's affected outside. So now the button is not start from top, now it's added some space in the left, and also it's added some space top, and it's also added some space left and right. So margin is added space outside, and padding is added space inside. So hope guys you have understand the difference between margin and padding. And now guys here I will try to explain why I use 30 and 60 pixel. So guys 30 it's the same, like if I write 30 pixel, again 30 pixel, and again 60 pixel. Okay, so that means guys it's a top. Okay, so if I save, now if I save and refresh, so guys 30 pixel means first of all it will add some space in the top, and this one is the right means here it will add some, just look at my cursor, so then you will understand that is it will add some space on the right, and this one is the top right bottom, this one is the bottom, so it will add some space in the bottom, and it's a left. Okay, so now if I change this one, suppose if I add 80 and this one is 100 and this one is the 120, so then you will understand that is. So now here is the top is 30 pixels. So if I save and refresh, so you can see it's added 30 pixel in the top, and right is 80 pixels. So you can see here is the 80 pixel you cannot see, but here you can see the difference. Actually 30 pixel is the little bit of than other one, so that why it's added little space. So guys, inside this right it's added 80 pixels. So here is the 80 pixel, and in the bottom is the 100 pixels. So you can see that it's more space because the bottom is 100 pixel, and other and after that left is 120. So you can see the 120 pixel. So that's why guys, when our top and bottom is the same, so we can write like this way. Top is the 30 and bottom is the 60 pixel. Okay, so same, that means guys, here is the top and bottom also. Okay, when we don't need the different thing, I mean suppose you need at padding different like top is the different and bottom is the different, so that time you can write like top, bottom, left this way. But when top and bottom padding or margin will be the same, so that time you can write this and this way, so that will add top and bottom, and this one will add left and right. Okay, so I hope you have understand. But if you also, you can write also top, right, bottom, left this way. Okay, but when is the same thing, so you can write like this way, so it will add some space in top and bottom is 30 pixel and left and right is 60 pixel. So hope understand. And now I will move to my next CSS property. So now next CSS property is color. So color, I think you know the what is the color used for. Color is used for added some color in this text, so I have added color is black. Okay, and now after that here I will add another CSS, that is cursor pointer. So there are the different types of cursor, and here is the different types of border also, solid, dotted. So if you want to the different types of border, so you can search it Google. So here you can understand different types of border name. So here is the dotted. So dotted means guys, if I change it solid to dotted, so it will add the border like dot. If I save, so you can see the difference. Okay, so here I had added solid, so that means it will not dotted, it will be the solid border. And the same cursor pointer is also the different there are different cursor. So now pointer means guys, when I will hover on it, so here you can see it's changed into the hand sign, so that is pointer. So if you there are different types of cursor, so like here something alias. So let's check it. If I write here, so you can see there are the arrow sign on this cursor. So there is the different cursor, so you can read the different cursor value name. Okay, so I have added cursor pointer. So hope you have understand. And now I will move to the our next CSS, that is position. Position is relative means guys, suppose if there are two content you want to add some content will be the down, and after that on the above this content you want to write something. So suppose inside on above this button you want to add anything, so that time button will be the position relative, and whatever you want to add on this button, so that will be the position absolute. So button will be the down, and above this button, if you want to anything, I mean if you want to cover this button by this any content, so that content will be the position absolute. Okay, so first of all, it's a button is position relative, because when I will hover on it, so I had shown you when I was hover on this button, so a black color shadow was coming over this button. So black color shadow will be the absolute and the button will be the relative, because on this button the black color shadow was coming, so that's why button is relative and the black color shadow. When I will define this CSS, so that will I will write absolute. Okay, and now here I will write overflow hidden. So overflow hidden means when I will add a black color shadow, so that time that will not cross outside this button, so that's why overflow, that will not over this button, so that is overflow is hidden. Okay, and now here I will add the different CSS, that is font size. I hope you understand. So guys, font size means this one. Okay, this one size is 24 pixel. And now here I will move to my another CSS, that is font family. So font family, you can write font family means it will change the font style. Okay, so here I will write font family. So font family is sans serif, so it will change the font style. Okay, so actually it's not affecting because I did not added this font link. Okay, when we want to change the font, so that time we are to link this font. Okay, so I did not add a font link, so I will not add this CSS. So I will move to my next CSS, and now here I will add transition. So transition is adding for some animation. Okay, so transition all dot 5s. So that means guys, when I will hover on this button, so the black color overlay, when it will come, it will not come quickly, it will come just slowly. So that's why, how much slowly? So that is to 5.5 second, it will come 5 second slowly. So 5 second, and all means guys all over this, I mean when I will hover on this button and when I will hover out this button from this button, I mean when I will hover this button, so that time the black color overlay will come, and that will come 5 seconds slowly. And when I will hover out this button, so that time the black color will remove, so the remove animation will also be the 5 second slowly. So that's why it's a all. And now here I will write the another CSS. So another CSS will be, first of all I will copy this button. Okay, so that is main important. Here I will write double clone and before means guys, now this button colon before, that means now here which CSS I will add, so that will be effect before this button. Okay, I mean here, just look at my mouse pointer, so that CSS will affect on here, because guys I have written dot button before, I mean before this button I will add some CSS. So now what CSS I will add? So first of all width is 100%, and height is also 100%. I think we know the width and height. And now position, so that CSS I am adding for this black color overlay. So position is absolute, I had told you that is that overlay it will add above this button. So that's why when I will add CSS for this overlay, so that time I will add position absolute and the button is position relative, because guys I will add overlay on this button. Okay, so that is position absolute. And guys here I have to be add a content is blank, that is very important when we use before. Okay, before and after, same is the before means it will be add some CSS before this button, and after means it will add some CSS after this button. So when we use before and after, so that time we use content instead, I mean if we don't use content, so that CSS will not affected. So just remember here, when we add before and after, so that time we use content. Margin margin is auto. Auto means it will be the same of all over the area. Margin is auto. Auto means it will be the same all over this area margin. Okay, and now here I will add top is minus is 100% and left is also minus 100%. So why is minus 100%? Because guys, when before without hover on this button, so that time here I will not show this black color overlay. Okay, so when I will before hover this button, I will not show this black color. So when I will hover on this button, so after that the black color overlay will come. So that's why before it will be the top 100 minus 100% and left minus 100%. Top means guys this one called is top and left means this one, because the overlay will start from top and the left. So that's why top 100% and left minus 100% also. So and now, and guys, before here I have to be add another CSS inside this button, that is here is the background color is by default white, and that color it comes from button tag. Okay, so here is the button tag, and that's why it's by default it's added white color. So I don't want any color inside this inside the background of this button, so that's why I can write transparent. Transparent is the color property name that will make it transparent. Okay, so if I refresh now, so you can see it's a transparent. And now here top and left is minus 100%, and now here I will add background color. So the background color I will not add proper black color. Okay, so that will not look good. If I add proper black color, so that will not look good. So that's why I will add just little bit of black. It's a brownish color, so that's why 2 1 2 1 and 2 1. So this color I will add. If I refresh, so you cannot see this CSS because I have added minus 100% and left minus 100%. So that's why you cannot see the CSS. So in this before here I will add the same animation. So I copied and paste here. Okay, and jet index is -1. So guys, what is jet index? Jet index is very important when we use absolute position absolute. So that time we use jet index. Jet index means guys, I told you position absolute means it will be floating. This div will be floating. Where floating? Inside this button, because this button is the position relative, and these buttons before tag I have added, that is position absolute. So this CSS will be the float where inside this button. So how much float it will be? So that's why we write jet index. If I add jet index is 100, so it will be the floated up to 100, and if I have written -1, because that floating will not cover this text. It will that floating will go down of this from this text. So that's why jet index is -1. If I write jet index is not minus, so that time that overlay will come from over this text. Okay, so I don't want that because I want to show this text. So that's why I have added -1. So that time the text will be the above and the overlay will go down below of the behind of this text. Okay, and now here the main thing, that is dot button hover. That means the main things when I will hover on this button, I mean when I will go I will take to my mouse cursor on this button. So that time what I want to add effect on this button, not before tag. So first of all, when I will hover on this button, so that time I want to change the color of this text, that is white. So let's check it. If I save, refresh, so when I will hover, so you can see the color text is changed into white. Okay, and now here the another CSS. So here I will copy this one, and when I will hover this button again, so that time this before tag, so when I will hover this effect, so hover this button, so that time what I want to affect it on this before tag, so that's why hover then before. So now here I will add CSS, that is top is 0, so that is guys top is 0 and left is also 0. So now let's check it. So you can see the button is ready. Okay, so hope guys you have understand, and I tried to explain what I had done in this button, because guys some people comment me that whatever we will upload on CSS video, so you also explain that video, so that's why I try to explain. Hope you have understand and you have liked this video. So if you like this video, so please like, subscribe and press the notification bell icon for more update.